Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Muscle Car Reviews. Got a super sweet episode kind of planned out for you guys today. We're just going to be talking about the different types of muscle cars and kind of what's best for you. I know we've talked a little bit on this channel, a little bit about a couple of cars and kind of what this channel is going to be talking about. But really the biggest thing is we got to find what's best for you. We've got so many different options out there, from Camaros to Challengers to Mustangs to Corvettes, Chargers. So many different types of muscle cars. And basically it's just kind of comes down to what are you specifically going to choose that's going to best meet your needs. We'll just do a quick little rundown of every single car out there and kind of what that can get you. If you're ever wondering why does this guy do his videos in his car, I've got a 2-month-old baby in my house that's asleep right now, so I don't want to wake her up or anything right now, so might as well come down to the Camaro. Yes, I do own a Camaro, but the reason I started this channel was kind of to do an unbiased opinion of every single car. I've had experiences with a lot of different muscle cars, from Mustangs to Challengers and Camaros. Ownership perspective from a Camaro, but also just friend perspective from people who own Mustangs. And my brother-in-law actually owns a Challenger as well. So I kind of want to break down what I've seen in all the different types of cars that I really like about each one. First off, let's start about the Camaro. Let's start off with it. So I've been driving a Camaro for about 4 years now. It's been a ton of fun. I've loved the car. But mainly what I think Camaros are best for is, obviously you can do a lot with any car. But one of the biggest things is Camaros are super good for a racetrack. So obviously with the ZL1 1LE, it's got amazing track times, especially with the 1LE package, just because it has the magnetic ride suspension. It just does super well as you're going around corners and curves. And it just makes for a really awesome race car. Now, does it perform well in other places? Yes, it does. It works super well for a daily driver. I've moved across country and only taken this car, not a moving truck. Just gotten furniture out. We were living out in Virginia, and we were able to get all of our stuff in the trunk and the back seats of this car. So there's plenty of space for if you're daily driving it, things like that. And I've really appreciated that and really liked that about the Camaro. But yeah, like I said, you could just do so much with any of the cars, but really a nice track car works well with the Camaro ZL1 1LE. And then my brother-in-law, like I said, he owns a Challenger. What I've noticed really well with Challengers is they're super good daily drivers. So the back seats have a lot more space than any of the other cars. Camaros are pretty bad, but I think Mustangs are a little bit worse. You've got to be pretty up in the steering wheel in order to get somebody into the back seat. But with a Challenger, you can sit nice and comfortable. So if you're going to be using it a lot for daily driving, having a lot of people in the car for you, definitely a Challenger is the car for you. As well as, you can't ignore the Demon or the Hellcat or the Hellcat Red Eye. All three of those cars are just absolutely powerful vehicles. And any one of those is going to dominate the drag strip. They've been built for that. They've been, even like I said with the Demon, comes with everything that you need to just get right onto the drag strip. And of course you can buy a couple different options to make it a little bit better for your drag strip experience, especially with buying those skinny tires up front. That way you can actually get it up in the air. Yeah, I just think Dodge has really kind of killed the game when it comes to that. And Mustangs, I think Mustangs are just all-around fun cars to drive. Obviously, like I said, you can build it for the track or for the drag strip. But I think Mustangs are just, I wouldn't say it's the best daily driver, but definitely a really good car just to drive, just to enjoy. Mustangs, with their flat plane crank V8, have one of the best sounding exhaust notes with an aftermarket exhaust. One of my friends, Austin, he's got a 5.0 with catless headers and Corsa Extremes, and the car sounds amazing. My wife was like 2 blocks away and she heard the car, and then I was actually with him, so she knew exactly who it was, and she described it as hearing a chainsaw. And like I said, she was 2 blocks away at work and she heard it. They're just insanely loud when you do stuff to the exhaust, and just the sound is insane. And then Chargers, I really like Dodge Chargers. Definitely, they're not as aggressive as the other cars in my opinion, but there's some simple things that can be done there when it comes to like a front splitter, a nice rear diffuser. I think a wicker bill on a Charger looks insane, just because you've got this 4-door sedan, just a car people, you're obviously going to use it for daily driving, or it's going to be your family car just because you can get 4 people inside of the car comfortably. But the fact that you could have a Hellcat Charger, go to church on Sunday in it, and then go to the drag strip on Monday in it, is just absolutely insane. And yeah, like I said, just putting a wicker bill, just something as simple as that, makes it so aggressive. I really like what they've done with the headlights, with the newer body style. Just that simple thin line around the whole headlight really makes a big difference. So you can do whatever you want with your Charger, but they're just insane cars. And lastly, I want to talk about the Corvette. Now, Corvette is actually something that I'm looking into a lot right now. Obviously, they just released the new C8 Corvette, and that's something that I'm really interested in buying. Corvettes, to me, always kind of seemed like that grandpa car, with the C6 body style, or younger, or older, excuse me. They, just the way the taillights were set up, obviously they're putting a lot of power to the wheels, but just the way that it looked, it was just a little kind of classic to me, and it wasn't really something that I enjoyed. Really, what got me so excited about Corvettes was with the new C7s. I saw a wide body, all black C7 in somebody's driveway once when I was working, and this thing just looked insanely nice. And it just really got me excited about Corvettes. They got those awesome looking taillights on the C7. You can't go wrong with a Z06 or a ZR1. Either of those cars are going to put down a ton of power, and they're going to just be really good for a track. But also, it's just a nice, fun weekend car to have. My wife and I, we like to get out a lot, and just having something nice, little 2-seater sports car would be something so nice to just get out and have some fun with it. Obviously, I do some modifications to it, but that's to be decided. But what I'm really interested in is getting a C8. I wouldn't add much when it comes to package, because I do want to keep it a slightly cheaper car, but I do want performance exhaust. I do want there's one of their like 5-spoke like Trident wheels that I want, the like dark gray ones. I get it in shadow gray, and then there's just a couple little accents that I don't add on to it. But I think it'd be a really fun car to get and just have as a nice weekend car, just something for my wife and I to go take a fun little trip in, as well as just the power and the potential that's going to come with those cars. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tune it right off the start. You're not going to be able to do much, but people are already starting to tap into those C8s, and so there's just going to be a lot of fun that's going to be had with them. Really excited to see what's coming with all different types of muscle cars. And like I said, I'm just a big muscle car enthusiast, and I really respect and appreciate every single one, because each one has its own abilities and kind of perks to it. But thanks for tuning in. I hope the information I was able to give you was helpful for kind of narrowing down a little bit more kind of what car works best for you, kind of what you're looking for. For me, I think my next move is the C8 Corvette, but who knows? I kind of want to go test drive a Hellcat as well and kind of see what that feels like. My options are definitely still open, but thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.